Today we're making an incredibly delicious, nutrient-filled dish, gluten-free quiche. I always insist that eating real food doesn't have to be boring. Choosing natural foods for yourself and for the people you love invites you to get creative in the kitchen. It's such a beautiful thing. This quiche is an example of this. Who says quiche can't be low carb? So, we'll start with the crust. We're making it with quinoa flour, almond flour, eggs and cream cheese. You can also use your flour of choice as long as it's rich in nutrient and low carb. So some of you may know that I'm gluten intolerant, and people often ask me if they should avoid gluten even if they don't have this condition or any symptoms of intolerance. Based on the research, I would say everyone should quit gluten. If you base your diet on real food, you're naturally going to end up cutting out the refined foods that have gluten anyway. The carbs in the wheat cause inflammation, sugar spikes and short-lasting energy. It's also a good idea to cut it out for your gut health. Gluten has a negative impact even on people that don't have celiac disease. It can cause what is known as a leaky gut because it causes release of zonulin, an inflammatory protein that causes gaps in the lining of the gut, which should be strong and tight. If you have a leaky gut, particles from your food can leak into your bloodstream. This can lead to irritation and inflammation, which could lead to other health problems. Inflammation is at the core of many diseases after all. The good thing about cutting out gluten is that you can replace it with real foods. And quiche have tons of toppings to be creative with and bring flavor. I'll make one with some grass-fed fresh meat and spinach for a rich, nutritious and filling dish. Just to be clear, this doesn't mean you should look for the same foods you were having before in the gluten-free version. Most of the gluten-free stuff you can find in the supermarket is processed and has sugar or additives. The best way to go about this is to try to make something similar yourself with natural ingredients, like this quiche. Personally, I try to eat low carb most of the time, but when I do have them, I try to look for natural complex carbs from foods like berries, vegetables, sweet potato or quinoa. And that's it! One of the best things about this quiche is how satiating it is. I know it's gonna keep me full until dinner for sure.